Hi, welcome back. So we're at the last outline of Section 2, Philosophy of Subject, and Chapter 6, Execution of the Research Project. In this outline, we're going to discuss exactly as the title or the outline suggesting sampling techniques. There are categories of sampling. The first one is to call the probability sampling. The probability sampling, as we have discussed in the earlier section, knowing the total of 1,000, in this case, it falls under probability sampling. We know the total, we know our population, and I decided to draw 10% out of this total. So I would have the first 100. Okay, go ahead and draw as many 10% as you like. Another 100 and another 100, and keep doing that. You have the budget, you have the time. Techniques, in more technical terms, you got a random, you got systematic, you got stratifies or cluster. But in general, just imagine the idea. If I would have to draw 100 out of this 1,000, and then I draw another 100, the question is some of these 100, all of them are new, or is it okay to be mixed with some of the previous 100? And now these are the techniques is differentiating between them. Now things as simple as follows. My target is 10%, and I can draw this, say for example, 3 times. So in this case, I would have to draw the 100. When I put them back within the population, imagine like this, and I'm going to draw another 100. This 100, more likely, some of the people that I have drawn before, they are mixed with the new sample. In the other case, think it that way. If I draw the first 100, okay, and I have done my research on this. Now, since I don't have a plan for these people to involve again of any new sampling, this number dropped directly into 900. So I'm going to draw another 100 from the 900. Now I have left the 800, draw one more. This is the way you look at it when you look at probability sampling in a general perspective. This is the first case. The second one is called the non-probability. We saw this case when we didn't really know this number, the thousands. Now, this represents the case when you have no knowledge about the total of the population, also when you have limited access in terms of time and budget. Most of the time in real life, I think many of the research I have done personally, they are falling within this group, that non-probability. But maybe at a university research or private institution or research center, maybe could be fallen in the probability sampling, since they have quite a little bit of control. But in real life examples, I think you will encounter with the non-probability sampling. Now, some of the techniques, we call it them opportunity. I think the name is intuitive in itself. Whenever you have an opportunity, draw as many sample as you can. I mean, the number doesn't really matter because I don't know, is it 10%, is 5%? So draw as many sample as you can. This time, the percentage in this case, it's not valid. I mean, mathematically, you can say percentage, because if I say percentage, there is an all, and I don't know the all. In this case, for example, I had a chance or opportunity to draw 100 people from this community. Go ahead and do your research on that. Sometimes judgment techniques, purposive or snowballing, etc. These are just, I feel, a little bit academic techniques. In real life, they didn't really give me much of intuition to imply them. But the only things from my personal experience I'm sharing with you right now, whenever you have an opportunity, in this case, all right, and you know that a number of participants are willing to contribute, hire them and start do the first step. If you have another opportunity and you have the time and the budget for a new participants that are willing also to contribute, so as many as you can, do it. And based on that, you're going to draw a lot of conclusion. In this case, to answer the question, how confident I would be that this number represents the totality, it depends on the number of times that you have drawn this actual number of participants. For example, I have the opportunity to find 100 people participate, and I got some result on them, and then sometimes later another 100 people, another 100 people, another 100 people, they were also willing. So I think it's obvious from this, if those numbers have something pattern in common, and I see they are quite close and the variation between them is almost slim to none, that means really I have managed to draw a sample that can represent the entire population. This is the logic of induction afterward. So that was the end actually of this section, the philosophy of subject. And now we are ready to discuss the third section of chapter 6, execution of the research project, and that is research data. We'll see you then.